Moving to Petaluma? Well, this is a quick and dirty video of the west side of Petaluma. I'm gonna go show you 2 houses, 2 neighborhoods, and I'll sit and talk a little bit about my hometown so you'll get the inside scoop. Coming up right now. We are up here in Quarry Heights today on the south side of Petaluma, where the best views of Petaluma can be had. Up in here, it's like a tri-tiered community. You can see up there, there's another park up there, and we're kind of in the middle park here, and there's another park right down below here. These were built in basically 2016 in a few stages, and up on the very top of the hill is more building going on, and these are on the $700 to $800, $900,000 tri-levels, some 2-level, but some tri-level, and you can just see the whole city of Petaluma out there, all the way down the river. There's the 101 freeway, and it's really a neat community up on the hill here. So let's go look at 561 Jade Street. Right there is 561 Jade Street, and you see the top level, and then where the garage is, kind of the medium entryway level, and then down below is the 3rd level. So all of these are 3-level, and they're up on hills, so you got to get used to hilly living. That's what the west side of Petaluma is about. I grew up about 5 minutes from here, so it's the west side hills, and there's a little bit of them, but it's kind of cool. It adds a lot of character to the neighborhood and to where you're living. This is 3-bedroom, 3-bath, just a little bit over 2,000 square feet, built in 2016, and it's going for $875. And you can see the inside here. I'm putting on the screen are some pictures of the kitchen and the living room, and it's just lovely. 3-bedroom, 3-bath in the hilly area of Quarry Heights. Let's go check out the next house. So we're up here in the Victoria neighborhood, just off of D Street. I would call it the D Street extension. That's what locals call it. It's full of beautiful parks and surrounded by the rolling hills out here in the country, 2 minutes out into the country, not very far, here in Petaluma. So out the D Street extension is Victoria, and we're gonna look at this gorgeous house right up here, about 2 doors up here. The whole neighborhood was developed around 1992-93, and it's just really lovely. Now it's all grown up and beautiful, and well, let's go look at this house. Here in spring of 2023, everything's in bloom, as you can see behind me, and it's pretty spectacular. So there's quite a few little, I'll call them cul-de-sacs or shared driveway homes, and this is one of them. This is 218 Windsor Drive. It's just over 2,300 square feet, just a smidge over, built in 1992, and it's going for $1,100,000. It's right here behind me. On the side of my screen, you can see the inside, and you'll see it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and that is this house right here behind me. Nice pictures of the inside coming up on my screen right now, and you can see it's in a little cul-de-sac right here, or a shared driveway as it's often called, right up next to a beautiful hill, which you see a lot in this neighborhood. It's really cool around here. Super quiet area, and you'll see some pretty houses up on the ridges up there. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's lots of beautiful green hills going on here in May of 2023. 218 Windsor Drive in Petaluma. I'll give you a better look. To see, things are kind of built up because we're going up hills here. So it's like flat, there's hills. Some houses are up hills, some houses aren't. So it's kind of a mixed neighborhood, and just super lovely. A lot of Spanish style architecture here. More Spanish modern, I would say, here in this neighborhood. Hey, so I'm up here in the neighborhoods this week in this video, and so I thought I'd stop in a park it's up here in the D Street extension, And a great park here. It's got a tennis court, lots of places for the kiddos to play. And I thought I'd just talk to you, tell you a little bit about Petaluma and some of the things you might be wondering about if you're kind of scouting it out. Maybe you're moving from Autodesk or Google or somewhere up here, somewhere from the peninsula, escaping San Francisco, one of my favorite cities. But I do understand wanting to move out and up into Sonoma County. So Petaluma is quite international now. I thought I would start with talking about the restaurants. It's kind of amazing. I don't know if you've been to Stockholm. It's over off of Kentucky and I believe Western, and it's just delicious. Spectacular Swedish food, and make sure you hit up Stockholm and Doner, D-O-N-E-R. It has little 2 dots over the N. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's Turkish and it's delicious, just fantastic. So we've got a little international cuisine going on, and also wanted to talk about the Wild Goat Bistro, which is in the Mill, and I love sitting down there just in the Mill where there's a little bit of hustle bustle. People are going to the gym, but they're also just walking around the river area. So the Wild Goat Bistro is just delish. There's a new restaurant called Pearl, and I have not been in there, but I wanted to mention them because there's just some great food going on in Petaluma. You know, if you watch my videos enough, this is my hometown, and basically it's been agriculture and in a bedroom community, as it was called in the 60s and 70s. You kind of worked in the city and commuted back to Petaluma, but now everybody's working from home, and Petaluma's grown into quite the eclectic culture, which I find fantastic. So the restaurant scene is really great. We don't have A&W root beer anymore, which I really, really miss. I mean, maybe there's the A&W / Kentucky Fried Chicken mixture kind of thing going on. We used to go to the drive-in. Like, this was 50s town. Did you ever see the movie American Graffiti? It was all filmed here with Richard Dreyfuss and the whole crew cruising down Petaluma Boulevard. Cruising down Petaluma Boulevard has been a thing since the 50s. And that's what we did in high school too on Friday nights. So there was still like 50s stuff left in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And going through the drive-thru to eat at the A&W was just a thing. It was a whole lot of fun. And let's not forget Scarf and Barf. Yes, it was a little hamburger stand that everybody just craved. Like, I don't know how expensive things were. It didn't really matter because you got like a giant burger and this huge thing of fries for like nothing. And you went home and just mowed it down. It was just like a fun weekend dinner. So remember, everybody, Scarf and Barf. Anyway, that's like old Petaluma history. It's a whole lot of fun. But let's talk about more new stuff. So there's Donner and Stockholm and Pearl. Reese BC is on Petaluma Boulevard, I believe. Delicious. When I lived here, I'm actually living in Sonoma now. I'd gone there many, many times and had a delightful dinner. And don't forget the Central Market. It's fantastic. Now, there are more and more and more restaurants. Just make sure you like Google your brains out on Petaluma dining, because I think you'll be pretty happy. Now, let's go on to kind of the next subject, which is how far are we away? So we're out on the outskirts of town. Where I'm shooting this video right now is D Street Extension, but really anywhere on the west side is about 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending on where you're going and where you're parking, and is it the weekend or a Tuesday afternoon or whatever, but it's close to downtown. And downtown is not that big, but it's got 2 main streets, maybe 4 depending if you're talking about the perpendicular and the parallel, and lots to do, great shops, and now you can walk to fancy, good, nice, and interesting international restaurants. So the walkability in Petaluma is amazing, except for when you live in these developments that went up in the last 20, 30 years. You got to kind of drive close to downtown Petaluma. It's not too far away, and go enjoy your meal. Don't forget to call me. My phone number's on the screen right there. I look forward to speaking to you. And if you want to know more about the great city of Petaluma, the next video is coming up right there.